7 science-backed signs that reveal your life expectancy after 70. Ever wondered how long you might live after hitting 70? Science has uncovered some surprising clues hidden in everyday habits and abilities that could predict your longevity. Some of these signs might even shock you. Let's dive in. Walking speed, the secret longevity indicator. Have you ever noticed how some elderly people move with energy and purpose, while others struggle to take even a few steps? It turns out that how fast you walk may reveal more about your life expectancy than you think. According to multiple studies, walking speed is one of the most reliable predictors of longevity. In fact, researchers have found that older adults with a naturally faster walking pace tend to live longer than those who walk more slowly. But why is that the case? A 2011 study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, JAMA, analyzed data from over 34,000 older adults and found that those with a walking speed of 1 meter per second, about 2.2 miles per hour, or faster, had a significantly higher chance of reaching their 80s and 90s compared to those who walk slower. Another study from 2021 backed up these findings, suggesting that walking speed is a strong indicator of cardiovascular health, muscle strength, and overall body coordination. Walking is a complex function that involves the heart, lungs, nervous system, and muscles all working together. If any of these systems begin to decline, walking speed is often the first thing to slow down. This is why doctors sometimes use a gait speed test as a quick assessment of a patient's overall health and potential risk of mortality. Real-life examples of walking speed and longevity. Take, for example, blue zones, regions of the world where people live exceptionally long lives, such as Okinawa, Japan, and Sardinia, Italy. In these areas, seniors remain physically active well into their 90s and beyond, often walking several miles a day as part of their daily routines. Their consistent movement, paired with healthy lifestyles, contributes to their remarkable longevity. Contrast this with older adults who lead sedentary lifestyles, moving slowly due to muscle weakness or underlying health conditions. Research shows that those who struggle with mobility often experience a decline in independence, making them more prone to falls, hospitalization, and even premature death. The good news? Walking speed isn't just a fixed trait, it can be improved. Simple habits like daily brisk walks, strength training, and flexibility exercises can help maintain or even increase walking speed over time. So how fast do you walk? If you're over 70, maintaining a steady pace might just be the key to adding years to your life. A stronger grip, a longer life? Have you ever struggled to open a jar, carry groceries, or hold on to something for an extended period? While it might seem like just a minor inconvenience, your grip strength could be telling you something much bigger about your overall health, and even how long you might live. Scientists have found that grip strength is one of the most reliable predictors of longevity, even more so than blood pressure in some cases. So what's the connection? Studies have consistently linked grip strength to overall health and life expectancy. A landmark 2015 study published in The Lancet followed nearly 140,000 adults from 17 countries and found that lower grip strength was associated with a higher risk of cardiovascular disease, stroke, and early death. In fact, for every 5-kilogram decrease in grip strength, the risk of dying from any cause increased by 16%. But why does grip strength matter so much? It turns out that grip strength is a reflection of your overall muscle health and function. As people age, they naturally lose muscle mass in a process known as sarcopenia. The weaker the muscles, the higher the risk of frailty, falls, and even chronic illnesses. Grip strength is an easy, measurable way to assess how well your muscles are holding up as you age. Consider professional athletes who maintain high levels of fitness well into old age. Tennis legend Rafael Nadal, even in his late 30s, is known for his iron grip on the racket, which contributes to his overall strength and endurance. While not everyone needs to train like an athlete, the principle remains the same. Keeping your grip strong can be a sign of overall physical resilience. On the flip side, research has shown that older adults with weak grip strength often struggle with basic tasks like carrying groceries, climbing stairs, or even getting out of a chair. Those with weaker grip strength tend to lose independence more quickly and are at a higher risk of hospitalization and early mortality. Fortunately, you can actively improve your grip strength at any age. Simple exercises like squeezing a stress ball, lifting weights, using resistance bands, or even doing regular push-ups can help strengthen your hands and arms. So the next time you reach for that jar of peanut butter, pay attention to how easily you can open it. Your grip might just be revealing more about your future health than you realize. Can you stand on one leg for 10 seconds? This simple test could predict your lifespan. Balancing on one leg might seem like a party trick, but did you know it can actually reveal how long you might live? Research suggests that your ability to stand on one leg for at least 10 seconds is a powerful predictor of longevity. This simple test reflects more than just balance. It's a sign of brain function, muscle coordination, and overall health. And if you can't do it, science says your risk of early death may be significantly higher. A 2022 study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine examined over 1,700 adults aged 51 to 75 and found that those who couldn't stand on one leg for at least 10 seconds were twice as likely to die within the next decade. The reason? Balance is closely linked to brain health, muscle strength, and the nervous system. If one of these is declining, it shows up in your ability to maintain balance. As we age, our muscle coordination naturally deteriorates, but a sudden decline in balance can be a warning sign of neurological diseases like Parkinson's or an increased risk of falls, one of the leading causes of injury-related deaths in seniors. This is why balance tests are often used by doctors to assess a person's overall health and potential risk of future complications. In cultures where people live exceptionally long lives, like Okinawa, Japan, or Sardinia, Italy, elderly individuals remain surprisingly mobile well into their 80s and 90s. They engage in daily physical activities that challenge their balance, such as yoga, walking on uneven terrain, or traditional dance. On the other hand, in countries where sedentary lifestyles are more common, many seniors experience a rapid decline in balance and coordination, leading to falls, fractures, and reduced independence. The difference? Regular movement that keeps the body and brain engaged. Can you pass the test? Try it now. Stand up straight, lift one foot, and try to hold your balance for 10 seconds. If you can't, don't panic. It's a skill that can be improved. Simple exercises like single leg stands, yoga, tai chi, and strength training can enhance your balance over time. The ability to balance on one leg may seem insignificant, but it's actually a reflection of your overall health and longevity. So test yourself today. Your future self might thank you. Sleeping patterns. Are your nights predicting your lifespan? We all know that a good night's sleep is essential for feeling refreshed, but did you know that your sleep habits could also predict how long you'll live? Research has found that both too little and too much sleep are linked to a shorter lifespan. In other words, how you sleep might be just as important as what you eat or how much you exercise when it comes to longevity. A study published in the Journal of the American Heart Association found that people who consistently sleep fewer than 6 hours per night have a 20% higher risk of early death. But surprisingly, sleeping too much, more than 9 hours a night, can also be a warning sign of underlying health issues and increased mortality risk. Why does sleep have such a powerful effect on lifespan? It's all about what happens inside your body while you sleep. When you get quality rest, your body repairs damaged cells and tissues. Your brain flushes out toxins that build up throughout the day. Your immune system strengthens, helping to fight disease. Your heart and blood vessels get a chance to recover from daily stress. On the flip side, poor sleep leads to chronic inflammation, weakened immunity, increased stress hormone levels, and a higher risk of heart disease, stroke, and even Alzheimer's. Look at some of the world's longest living populations, like the good people of Okinawa again. They practice consistent sleep schedules, often taking short naps during the day, but maintaining a steady nighttime sleep pattern. Their longevity is partially attributed to their ability to rest and recover properly. Now compare that to modern societies where late-night screen time, work stress, and irregular sleep patterns are common. Chronic sleep deprivation has been linked to obesity, diabetes, and even premature aging. Studies on shift workers, who often have disrupted sleep, show they are more likely to develop heart disease and other life-threatening conditions. If you want to increase your lifespan, fixing your sleep should be a top priority. Here are some science-backed tips. Stick to a schedule. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day helps regulate your body's internal clock. Avoid blue light before bed. Phones, tablets, and TVs suppress melatonin, making it harder to fall asleep. Limit caffeine and alcohol in the evening. Both can interfere with sleep quality and leave you feeling tired the next day. Create a bedtime routine. Reading, meditation, or light stretching can help signal your body that it's time to rest. Your sleep habits today could be shaping your future health more than you realize. So the next time you think about staying up late or hitting snooze repeatedly, remember your longevity might just depend on it. Appetite and eating habits. A warning sign for longevity. Have you noticed changes in your appetite as you age? Maybe you're eating less, skipping meals, or just not feeling as hungry as you used to. While a slight decrease in appetite might seem normal, it could actually be a red flag for your longevity. Studies show that appetite loss in older adults is often linked to declining health, increased frailty, and even a shorter lifespan. But why does this happen, and what can you do about it? Eating habits are a direct reflection of your body's overall health. A healthy appetite ensures that you're getting the essential nutrients needed to maintain muscle mass, energy levels, and immune function. However, as people age, their metabolism slows down, and the body produces less of the hunger-stimulating hormone ghrelin. In some cases, this natural decrease in appetite can lead to unintentional weight loss, malnutrition, and weakened immunity, all of which are major risk factors for early mortality. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging found that seniors with a poor appetite had a 50% higher risk of dying within 3 years compared to those with a healthy appetite. Researchers believe this is because appetite loss is often an early warning sign of underlying health issues, such as chronic diseases, depression, or even cognitive decline. Look at the diets of people living in blue zones, the regions where people consistently live past 100. These individuals don't just eat for survival, they eat for nutrition and longevity. Their meals are rich in fresh vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins, and they eat mindfully, often stopping before they feel completely full. Contrast this with elderly individuals who experience appetite loss and eat fewer meals, often relying on processed foods or skipping nutrients altogether. This can lead to frailty, muscle loss, and even cognitive decline. Many nursing homes report that a loss of appetite is one of the biggest concerns among aging adults because it often signals the body beginning to shut down. How to maintain a healthy appetite for a longer life. If you've noticed your appetite decreasing, don't ignore it. Here are some ways to keep your eating habits in check. Stick to a meal schedule. Even if you don't feel hungry, eating at regular times can help maintain your metabolism. Prioritize nutrient-dense foods. Focus on high-protein, high-fiber meals with healthy fats to keep energy levels up. Stay hydrated. Dehydration can sometimes be mistaken for loss of appetite. Add variety to your diet. Eating the same foods repeatedly can lead to boredom and reduced interest in meals. Eat in a social setting. Studies show that eating with family or friends can increase food intake and improve overall mood. Appetite isn't just about food, it's a reflection of your body's overall health. If you or a loved one is eating significantly less, it may be time to take action. A strong appetite often signals a strong body, and a well-fed body is more likely to stand the test of time. Your ability to handle stress, the silent killer you can't ignore. Ever feel like stress is taking years off your life? Well, science says it might be. Your ability to handle stress is one of the most underrated predictors of longevity. While a little stress can keep you sharp, chronic stress, that's a whole different story. It's been linked to heart disease, high blood pressure, and even premature aging. But here's the real shocker. Studies show that how you respond to stress matters even more than the stress itself. Some people thrive under pressure, while others break down. So which one are you? And more importantly, how can you train your mind and body to handle stress better? When you're stressed, your body releases cortisol, the fight or flight hormone. In small doses, it's useful. It helps you stay alert. But when stress sticks around for weeks, months, or even years, that's when the real damage happens. Chronic stress weakens your immune system, making you more vulnerable to illnesses. It accelerates aging. Yes, stress actually shortens your telomeres, the protective caps on your DNA that determine how fast you age. It increases the risk of heart disease and stroke, one of the biggest killers worldwide. In fact, a study from the University of California found that people with higher stress levels were 43% more likely to die prematurely than those who manage their stress well. But here's the good news. Stress is something you can control. Think about monks, meditation experts, and yoga practitioners. Many of them live well into their 90s and beyond. Why? Because they've mastered the art of staying calm, no matter what life throws at them. Now contrast that with high-powered executives, constantly under pressure, barely sleeping, living off caffeine. Many of them suffer from burnout, heart disease, and other stress-related conditions. The difference? It's not the stress itself, it's how they handle it. If you want to add years to your life, learning to manage stress is non-negotiable. Here's how. Practice deep breathing. Just 5 minutes of slow breathing can reduce cortisol levels. Exercise regularly. Movement is one of the best ways to burn off stress hormones. Get enough sleep. Sleep resets your stress response system overnight. Limit negativity, news, social media, toxic people. Cut them out when possible. Laugh more. Science proves that laughter lowers stress and boosts longevity. At the end of the day, stress is unavoidable, but how you handle it could be the difference between a long, healthy life or an early burnout. Your social connections. The longevity hack you can't ignore. What if I told you that your friendships could predict how long you'll live? Sounds crazy, right? But science says otherwise. In fact, having strong social connections is just as important for longevity as diet and exercise. Maybe even more. Here's the shocking part. Studies have found that loneliness is deadlier than smoking 15 cigarettes a day. That's right. Being socially isolated increases your risk of heart disease, dementia, and even early death. So if you're over 70 and your social circle is shrinking, your life expectancy might be shrinking too. But why does human connection have such a huge impact on your health? Let's break it down. Humans are wired for connection. When you engage with friends, family, or your community, your brain releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. This hormone doesn't just make you feel good, it also lowers stress, reduces inflammation, and strengthens your immune system. A Harvard study spanning 80+ years found that people with strong relationships live significantly longer and reported being happier. Another study from Brigham Young University found that socially isolated people had a 50% higher risk of early death. Social engagement keeps the brain sharp, reducing the risk of Alzheimer's and dementia. In short, your relationships aren't just good for your heart, they might actually save your life. Let's look at blue zones again, places like Okinawa, Japan, and Sardinia, Italy, where people regularly live past 100. One thing they all have in common? Strong community bonds. In Okinawa, elders belong to moais, social groups that support each other emotionally and financially for life. In Sardinia, intergenerational living keeps older adults socially engaged. They never retire from relationships, and that keeps them thriving. Now contrast that with societies where seniors often live alone, with little social interaction. Depression, cognitive decline, and chronic illness skyrocket. Loneliness is literally killing people. How to strengthen your social connections for a longer life. So how can you add years to your life through social engagement? Try this. Stay in touch. Call, text, or visit family and friends regularly. Even short conversations boost well-being. Join a group, a hobby club, a fitness class, a volunteer group, anything that keeps you connected. Make new friends. It's never too late. Attend community events or social meetups. Be open, share your thoughts, listen to others, and build deeper connections. Laugh more. Laughter strengthens bonds and improves mental and physical health. At the end of the day, your social life is your lifeline. The stronger your connections, the longer and happier you'll live. So pick up the phone, make plans, and start investing in the best longevity hack there is: people. Now tell me, who's the first person you're going to reach out to today? Science has given us some powerful clues about what affects longevity after 70. From walking speed to stress levels, these 7 signs can reveal a lot about your future health. The good news? Many of these factors are within your control. Small changes today can add years to your life tomorrow. Which of these signs surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. And if you found this information valuable, don't forget to like and subscribe for more eye-opening insights.